Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another playthrough of Renegade. Today we're going to be playing with Tilda Sweet and we're going up against Spider. The countermeasure cards that we have are Hotwire for the copper, Jacob's Ladder for silver and Flash Flood for gold. So we can stock let's put out the tiles first. So we'll shuffle them up. Okay, so yellow first. Next is green. And then we get one there, and we will start with 1 plus 4 for the number of access points that are free. So I think we will place these, let's place 2 there on number 6, and then we can place, probably want to go with 1 on 3 and maybe 1 there. And then for Spider, they're going to start with 1 spark on each partition on Faith. And then also 1 on each odd numbered partition on our server. So on 1, 3, and 5. Which kind of makes me question whether we should put this there. Yeah, let's leave it there for now. So we will stock the Hack Shack. So we have Adrenaline Surge, Vulnerability Scanner, Duality, and Sidekick. So we'll place them in the Hack Shack, and then for our first hand we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we get Data Steal, Interrupt, Renegade Apprentice, Memory Steal, and Bypass. So I think here let's use Interrupt to get Duality into our hand, and then we can play or use Renegade Apprentice to pick up Sidekick. And then we probably want to use Bypass here to get Adrenaline Surge, and we don't have a second. Well, we could get that, but I think I will stay with the hand that we have. So we have to get 1 or more uplinks in at least 2 different partitions on each Renegade's home server. So I think it probably makes most sense to just execute Sidekick straight away and delete this spark. It's in an adjacent partition. We could, I think let's upload using Adrenaline Surge and Memory Steal. So we will get 1 additional contaminant. So we're going to upload a green, and we'll get a second green as well. And then we can play Data Steal to move 1 to here, and we'll bring 1 uplink with us, and then we can move back here because we are on the information network. So I think we'll save Duality for the next turn. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we get Data Steal, Focus, Trickery Master, Data Scan, and Decrypt. And then we still have Duality left in hand. Is there anything completely surrounded by sparks? There isn't, so we don't delete anything. And yet we can go on to the start of turn step, restock the Hack Shack. We get Replicant Jar, Read Request, Intercept, and Dancing Pig. And then we are rolling for sparks. So we only roll the server die and not the partition die. So they will place in the lowest numbered partition with no sparks. So the yellow with the fewest is number 1. And then we can go on to our turn. And I think here we can use Decrypt. So we'll delete that and take Read Request Intercept. I think we probably also want to use Duality and Trickery Master. So I think I'll delete Duality and use Trickery Master to pick up Replicant Jar. So that's 3 yellows that we paid for that. And then We could pick up vulnerability scanner or dancing pig here, but I think we'll keep our hand as it is for now. And here I think I'm going to shift twice, so I'll shift that in there, and then for a second one I will shift in there, and then and that was actually a mistake. I couldn't do that because when that goes in there I can't shift there. So what I'll do instead is I'll use the two shifts, and I will shift this in here and that in there, and then I think what I'll probably do is I'll play let's play data scan for another shift, and I will shift one in there, and then I will move one, and I'll go in here with the uplink, and I will play, I think I'll play that to upload a data port into partition number 3. And we will hold replicant char for the next turn, and we get decrypt, focus, sabotage, diversion, and infiltrate. So that's all for our command phase. Is anything surrounded? No, there's nothing completely surrounded. So we will go on to the restocking the hack shack, and we get Ginger Cool and Console Cowboy. And then we are rolling for sparks. So it's our server with the fewest, it's number 2. So yeah, then back to us. And I think here we can use replicant char and sabotage to buy Console Cowboy. So we'll delete sabotage and discard replicant char. We will use focus to get Ginger Cool. We could use diversion to get dancing pig. And then we could go with vulnerability scanner, but I think I'm okay with this. So let's I think we will, so for we could upload one virus onto this partition, and then we can shift this spark in here. And I think let's do an infect action. So we have 2, 3 to their 1. So we get 3 versus their 2. So we delete that. And then we have these 2 left. And I think let's we probably just leave it. We can't upload anything here. So we will keep it as it is for now. So that's our turn over with. End of turn step, anything surrounded? No. So we then go on to the countermeasure phase. Virus battle, nothing to battle, nothing to delete, no contaminants or installations to delete. So success or failure, have 1 or more uplinks in at least 2 different partitions on each Renegade's home server. We do have that, so we were successful. Add 1 neural hub anywhere on the network. And I think let's add that. I guess in number probably better to add it in here. We're probably going to lose this data port, I think. Whenever we have to, at the end of this silver countermeasure. So yeah, we will go with that for now. So we'll put the neural hub there. We skip this because of the skip move spark step for spider. So we do win that 25 points for that round. So we will shuffle up and first purge the hack shack. And the new cards we get are Nidam Ship, Dancing Pig, Nidam Ship, and Adrenaline Surge. So we can shuffle up and then we can go on to the next cycle. Okay, so we'll draw up to our hand limit, which is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we get Infiltrate, Sidekick, Trickery Master, Dancing Pig, and Data Scan. So I think here we have Jacob's Ladder. So partitions 2 and 3 on each Renegade's home server must contain exactly 1 spark or both contain exactly 1 guardian. And after the move spark step, after completing each end of turn step, or sorry, apply this move spark step after completing each end of turn step. So everything's going to shift up 1. on each server. Here, I think we're probably going to want to clear this out of anything we can. So these two, we're going to try and move in here, I think. And then let's go. So there's probably nothing that appealing in the hack shack at the moment. So what I think I will do is I'll play data scan for 2 movement points. So I'll move 1, and this is all free because we're on the same information network, and then we'll move that in there as well, and we'll end our turn there on the neural hub, and then we can execute sidekick to delete this spark, and then I think we will probably, we can either upload a virus or a replicant, and I think I'm going to go for the virus because we already have one there. So we'll upload that, and then yeah, we'll keep dancing pig for the next turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have console cowboy, replicant char, memory steal, read request, intercept, and ginger cool. So let's anything completely surrounded, no. So we're rolling twice for the for spider, for sparks. Faith with the fewest is 1, and blue with the fewest is 2. So yeah, back to us. And I think here we could have used ginger cool to interrupt that spark roll. So instead of placing that there, we will change the face of the die from blue to I think probably let's go with green. So we'll place that over there. And I think here, so we use that. So let's play memory steal to shift twice. So we'll shift that once and that twice, and then we can play probably read request intercept, and shift this in here. Because at the end of the turn, they are going to shift up, and we didn't actually do that on the last turn. So that should have 2, I think. That should have 1. This should be 1 up there. And then, yeah, I think that's right. So yeah, we'll go from there. And then we can play replicant char, I think. And we will take 2 shift actions. So use the 2 for shift actions. We'll shift this 1 space there, and then we'll shift this 1 space there, and then let's discard dancing pig, and we'll draw our remaining cards. So focus, decrypt, adrenaline surge, data steal, and data steal. So yeah, is anything completely surrounded? This is, yeah, so that has to be deleted, unfortunately. And then that is not, so that's everything. And then we shift everything up 1. So that goes up, that goes up, that goes up, and this goes up. And yeah, we restock the hack shack. There's nothing to restock. Rolling for sparks, and we get the blue with the fewest. So that's number 1. And then the second one goes to faith with the fewest, so number 1. And then it's back to us. Okay, so we can use our 2 data steals to take the 2 Nidime ships. And I guess we can use focus to get adrenaline surge. And that's probably all we'll do for now. We can play adrenaline surge to shift twice. So we'll shift this in here and this in here. And then we can use probably console cowboy here for 4 red commands, plus our 2 there is 6 versus their 1. So it's, yeah, we win 5 against 3. So that gets deleted. And then we can play this for a 2 movement, and we will use one of those to move there with that. And then we can move back here. So if we had played instead one movement and just finished there, we could upload another data node here, which might be, do I want to though? Probably not. So we'll use our 2 movement from decrypt to get back here, and then so I think this way this will move up at the end of turn, so we will meet Jacob's ladder. And then, yeah, I think these are going to go to waste here, these 2. Or these 3 cards, actually. So yeah, we will leave our turn there. I mean, we could shift this to there, and then maybe there as well. And yeah, that might give us a little bit more flexibility. Actually, let's put it in there. So we used our 2 shift actions to move this from 1 and then 2. And yeah, those will just go to waste. End of turn step, is anything completely surrounded? No. So we will then go on to the countermeasure phase, so the revenge phase. Virus is battle it out, nothing. And then actually we're going to keep this. We're going to keep this data port, which is good. So delete contaminants. There are no partitions with contaminants and sparks. And then delete installations. There are no partitions with guardians and installations. So that's fine. Sorry, we have to do the end of turn step as well. So everything shifts up by 1. So faith shifts up, blue shifts, or yellow shifts up. So these 2 go there. Red, nothing on red. Green goes to 3. Blue goes up to 2. So that's the end of turn step. We've done the SMC's revenge step, and then we go on to the success or failure step. Partitions 2 and 3 in each Renegade's home server must both contain exactly 1 spark. They do. So we have successfully done this. Distribute X plus 1 sparks, where X is the number of Renegades to the network on number 1 partitions only. So I will put that over there on red 1. So that's that completed. We will purge the hack shack, and the new ones we get are data shift, iteration, duality, and digital tattoo. And then we can shuffle up and come back for the final cycle. Okay, so we'll draw up to our hand limit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we get data scan, read request, intercept, decrypt, adrenaline surge, and infiltrate. So I think here we can probably pick up the iteration, which is quite a strong card there. So our goal here is each Renegade's access point, and this card must have a data node present. During your start of turn step, add 1 spark to your access point. If as a single move action you enter each Renegade's access point and phase 6, place 1 data node from the network on this card. So actually, before we pick up iteration, let's go through the proper steps. So start of turn step, we'll add 1 spark to our access point. Then we are rolling for new sparks. So we're rolling 3 times here. Green with the fewest is going to be number 1. Yellow with the fewest is number 1, and yellow with the fewest is number 2. Okay, so that's in trouble there. Okay, so then we can play data scan and read request intercept. Delete data scan will pick up iteration here. And then I think here we probably want to let's go with, we'll play adrenaline surge for 2 shift actions. So we can shift this in there, and then our second one we can shift in there, and then we can take an infect action in our partition, and we will go with 2 plus 2 is 4 to their 1. So it's 1 each, so we delete that spark, and then we have these. So we can actually complete flash flood here. So we can move for 2. So we can move there. All of this is on the same network, so we only have to move into our partition, and then also phase 6 on the same move turn. So we can move back here, we can teleport over to number 6, which is enough to fulfill this. So during your, if as a single move action you enter each Renegade's access point in phase 6, which we have done, place 1 data node from the network on this card, so we'll place that over there, and then we're left with Console Cowboy here. And I think we will stay where we are for now, and draw back up and see what we get. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we get Ginger Cool, Sidekick, Adrenaline Surge, Dancing Pig, and Nidam Ship. Is there anything completely surrounded? There is not, so we don't have to delete anything. And then we go on to the start of turn step, we'll add 1 spark to our access point, and we'll restock the Hack Shack. Vulnerability Scanner is the new one. We're rolling for sparks, so we get Faith with the Fewest, it's number 1, and Blue with the Fewest is our number 1, and then third is our server with the fewest is number 1 as well. So that's that. We have quite a big potential for a spark explosion here. So I think let's we probably want to so I think here we can play we can reveal Iteration and 1 other card. So we will reveal Sidekick, and we can perform that other card's execute event. So we will execute Sidekick and delete 1 spark from our partition adjacent to us. We'll delete that. Then these come, we can play these again later in the turn if we want. We could go with 2 movement to get back onto our network here. And I think I will do that. So I'll use 1 movement there and this movement, and I will move there. Our special ability, we can carry 1 spark with us, and I'll move back here. And that is free between those 2. And then let's see, we can use Sidekick to delete 1 spark. So that's that. And then we could we can shift this spark in there, or well, we could actually shift in there because we can ghost our action, remember. Yeah, let's do that. And then unfortunately we have no yellows, so we could swap. No, let's discard that, and we'll keep Iteration in hand. And our last one, we could instead play this for red, and then we can infect here and hopefully delete. So let's do that. So we're at +3, 4, 5 to their 1. So we get, we drew. So 5 and 5, so that means we delete 1 of our viruses, unfortunately. We'll keep Dancing Pig in hand, and we draw Trickery Master, Console Cowboy, Nidam Ship, Replicant Jar, and Memory Steal. So end of turn step is anything completely surrounded. They are not. There's that, and then this as well. So no, nothing is completely surrounded. Start of turn step, then we are placing a spark on our partition, and then we roll for new sparks, and that is red with the fewest is number 3, and red with the fewest again number 4, and then finally red with the fewest, so 3 reds in a row, so that's number 5. So yeah, then it's our command actions phase. So here we can and I think here we will, I'm probably just going to do an infect action here. It's pretty inefficient, but let's go with 2, 3, and 4. I'm tempted to throw this at it as well and get rid of these 2. So yeah, let's do that. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to there. So 8 from here, 1 from there is 9 to there 2. So yeah, we got that. So 4 versus 1, so they're both deleted. And then probably just leave it there, I think. Yeah, we'll go with that. So that's that. In terms of then the end of turn step, is anything surrounded completely? No, there isn't, so that doesn't kick in. And then start of turn step doesn't apply. We go on to the SMC's revenge step. Anything to battle? Nothing. We are deleting contaminants here because there's nothing to defend it, and I think that's everything. No installations to delete. Success or failure. We do have a data node on our access point and on this, so we have successfully completed it. And then the success condition is return any data nodes on this card to the stock and add 1 spark to each Renegade's access point. So that goes back there, and we add 1 spark there. We skip the move spark steps for Spider. So that is the end, and we successfully completed all our countermeasure goals. So we got 75 points for that, and then our actual points is not going to be the best, I don't think. So in terms of final score, then we got 1 for each 5 sparks in the stock. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's 5 left in the stock, that's 1 point. And then 1 per installation, we only have 1, that's 2. And then 5 for each Guardian, there's 5 still left in the stock, that's 25. So a total of 27 plus the 75 we had, it gives us a final score of 102. So yeah, that was an interesting game. Yeah, I thought we didn't really get enough installations out on the board. The neural hub, I haven't really had many games where I've made effective use of it, but I thought it was very, very useful here, especially with the silver countermeasure. We were just able to ghost and shift things around as we needed, which was very helpful. But yeah, I'm still learning this game. I find it really, really addictive. So yeah, anybody, if you spotted anything, or feel free to leave a comment. They're always appreciated, and anything you think I did incorrectly or inefficiently, I'm definitely keen to hear about it. So yeah, that's going to do it for today, I think. Thanks for joining. Hope you can join again next time. Thank you.